If there is,
They were gonna add it this November, but I don't see it.
What, a police DLC?
Right.
What do you mean by police DLC?
People are fucking...
What, so you could be a cop? So you could be a cop, have a cop uniform and everything?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
apparently it is.
Because apparently
So there's a
police
cop skin.
new police sirens, new police vehicles, new police modifications to cars.
I mean, I understand. Yeah, they did say right that they were gonna add. They did say that they were gonna add new police cars. I remember that. They said that they're gonna get push bars onto put more vehicles, so you can actually, as well as that, sirens. They said they were gonna add sirens to the cars, so you can have a light bar inside your car, and if you have a push bar, then on the push bar. But they did not add it when they said they were going to add it. They pushed it back. They didn't add it when they said they were going to do it.
BLM issue with George Floyd.
Yeah.
Because of that.
So they said, yeah, but why are they going to push it back? Because of that. Oh, never mind. Because cops and shit.
Yeah, this is very controversial, and Rockstar kind of like stay neutral, even though their game is very thingy.
It's really a rock between black and white though.
No, yeah.
Because you got Franklin and Lamar, which, yeah, their side of the story, and then you have the white side of the story. But I see how they portrayed it. They didn't portray it as like white people hating black people. They did it where they respected each other. Everyone was equal, and I like how they did that, you know. Yeah. I mean, if you come, I don't understand why people say so many people disrespect black people. You come to my school, everyone respects every black person in our school. It doesn't matter who they are. We respect them more than more than white people respect white people in my school. So like exactly, it's just America in my opinion.
No, it's rarely America. It's Britain and America. It doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Britain, like, from God, they're like fucking gods in my school.
Systematic racism.
If your friends, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say like because in this country, well, not this country, but my school, like if you're friends with black people, good for you. You're gonna get known. People are gonna respect you for it. So.
Like in Japan, black people are fucking famous.
Yeah, exactly. You walk down the street, everyone stares at you, everyone takes pictures of you because they've never seen a black person. For example, if you see TGF Bro went to Japan and they were taking pictures of Ramel because he's black.
Yeah, bringing it back to the police issue, not the police issue, but the police thing. It's basically confirmed because if you haven't noticed in the police vehicles, it's only 2 sirens, which there used to be 3. Like how you can hold it down and you have a siren variation. There's only 2 because apparently people got into the files, found new sirens and that shit, and they wiped everything. And they might have accidentally wiped an active siren.
But why are they gonna wipe? Why are they gonna wipe it though? No sense
No,
made.
they didn't wipe it. They wiped it from the thing, so it's in like some exterior thing.
Yeah, but only they can access. Oh.
Yeah, they wiped it from the files.
So like you're telling me some bullshit corrupt RP is doing it then?
No,
I'm sorry,
somebody
like
got into the files. You know, like how you can dig into the game files. People do that all the fucking time on PC.
Yeah.
They found it, they leaked it, and they wiped it from the fucking any game files. Only Rockstar has it.
Oh, okay.
Because,
I mean,
like,
to
one of
be
the
fair,
sirens
right?
have gone missing.
To be fair, I understand.
Doesn't exist, so they've
Okay.
deleted an active siren.
So look, I understand. Like, I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Why are they leaking it, right? Rockstar's trying to do their part here because the amount of information that the amount of emails that they've probably got about RPers wanting to see more stuff for RPing, right? They're trying to help if you think about it, right? If they're trying to help, why are you stopping them? Because that's technically what you're doing.
No, they're kind of ruining.
I understand they're ruining the point of GTA 5, but they're doing it.
No, I'm not talking about RP part. They're not ruining that. I thought you were talking about like fucking people that like leak.
They should take out fucking space bikes. It's not Star Wars. You don't see fucking Yoda running around, but yeah, you see fucking floating bikes.
Exactly.
Star Wars.
But I'm sorry, but if they could do floating bikes, then why can't they add in cop cars?
Like they removed the taser.
Like honestly, all we want is cop cars. We don't care about cop skins. And if there's cop skins being added, then that's good. But we just want cop cars. What?
They have a taser in
Yeah, you can glitch it into an online session, but if you die, then you can't. If you die or change session, you can't use it.
There was a taser in GTA Online, I believe, at one point, but they removed it. But they added a fucking space gun which does the same thing.
Even worse.
Yeah, it does it worse. What's the point?
What next? A shape-shifting fucking dildo that fucking shoves it down your throat?
Yeah, it's a fucking sort of stupid thing that just blasts you into space. It's like, bye.
Like, they ruined it the second they brought the fucking orbital cannons and that fucking space bullshit.
Yeah, that
They
fucking
should have ended it at
flying
fucking...
by.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
they're
that's
helping
smart
Griefers
too,
at that
fucks
point
the
for
game.
orbital cannons. Like, they're helping Griefers at that point by making orbitals.
The deluxe, so that's put a white.
Like, if they want to add in proper military tech, add in a fucking, like, a fucking nuclear submarine or an accessible fucking aircraft carrier.
Like, yeah, a fucking aircraft carrier, like boat customization. Where's that? We want boat customization.
I mean, they
We
added
want
an aircraft
mansions.
carrier. Good for them for doing that, but...
We want animals as well.
Is this RPG or?
No, it's RPT. Road
Like,
Police.
imagine, right, being able to access, like, all of your fucking planes on one boat. That'd be sick.
Yeah, and like having a fucking underdeck, you know, where like the dinghies are or something. Customize those.
You want animals? Yeah.
Yeah, we need animals. Yes, they're just not in our mind. No, they don't exist. They get removed now and then.
Yeah, the peyotes... The peyotes, yeah, what happened? They keep adding them and removing them because they don't want
like,
people.
holidays and special events.
Yeah, they don't want to because they don't. I understand where they're coming from. They don't want people to just be able to go and do that, which I understand.
It doesn't break the game.
I mean, I get that.
Advantage. If anything, you have a disadvantage because you have no weapons. You can die. But I don't see the point of not having animals. It's like, you know, like free roam animals, like NPC animals, like a dog or something, or be able to have a fucking horse that you can ride. Where's the body armor? Yeah, that's RPG, and then you get one without the vest, the high vis.
So what we're getting on then? Because I'm only going to be on till 11:30.
These assholes are dead.
Are we going on breakpoint on GTA?
They're on GTA, but like I kind of want to do stuff on Breakpoint. But
So you waited to see when you knew.
I'm sitting on Breakpoint. I'm sitting on Breakpoint because I can't really join them, even if I wanted
that's
to.
RPG without a high vis.
You want me to get on?
I mean, sure we can. Yep. So what else do you guys want to talk about?
We can talk about the fact that they've stopped working on Cyberpunk. Bullshit.
They've pushed it
Oh
back.
no, with Keanu Reeves, fucking hell! Why did they push it back, man?
They've pushed it back again, just like Rainbow Six Quarantine. But I believe we have.
Wait, they've added a new Rainbow.
Yeah, Rainbow
No,
Six
no, no.
Quarantine. Rainbow Six Quarantine. Pretty
It's
much.
not out, they've pushed it back even further.
There was
It's- I
Ella and
believe we're
Vigil.
looking like-
Ella and
no,
Vigil
Ella,
was in it.
Vigil, Lion. We're looking at some more that have been confirmed.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
Yeah.
It's gonna be using the same mechanics. It's gonna be entirely different though. It's gonna be like just fucking.
I'm gonna, to be fair, I understand where they're coming from. That's actually good. Like, they're actually evolving it. I like that.
I think they pushed it back not only just for like fucking reasons why they're at home and working from that. It's because real life circumstances. They were working on that game and out of nowhere Corona came, and you got quarantined. So
Yeah.
a bit weird. They don't want to assume it as.
I mean, you have so many people that say Corona's fake, right? Like, I have family members, right, that they don't believe in coronavirus. That it's fake, right?
I believe it's there. It's
I
just,
believe it's there, but I don't.
some
I don't.
things are bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't think it's as powerful. Like, I understand where people are coming from, but is it really as powerful as people make it out?
This is a conspiracy theory.
Oh my god, you're just like my family members. No, it's not a conspiracy.
No. I don't think it's our government. I think it's the Chinese.
It originated from China. China.
Yeah, Wuhan.
I'm back.
No.
Invite me.
China. No. Right, there's been many things of that a guy ate a bat, but it could have been like a chemical weapon that they released. But There's also, there's also
Well, if I
proof
ever
in-
get a pet bat, I'm fucking eating it.
Don't eat it. But no, in fact, no, I believe bats are safe. I believe that bat was like some sort of fucking lab bat or something.
No,
that
what I
got-
think,
that
what I
escaped,
think it's
and he
because
ate
the real, apparently the story behind it all, is that there was an animal with coronavirus, but it wasn't COVID-19. It was a different type of COVID. Hence why it's got 19 on the end, because there's probably 19 generations or 19
No,
variations of it.
I believe it's just like the fucking.
Yeah, but I'm just
It's the
saying,
strands.
I'm just saying,
It's the strands.
like,
I
yeah,
feel like it's
19,
still
yeah, that's
6.
fine.
Like, they say
But-
6 on the end of it. There isn't really 6.
Yeah,
It's like
okay,
19.
but look, like I see where they're coming from, like with for COVID-19, right? But apparently originated from one animal that had COVID, a different variation of COVID. Then other animals with illnesses and diseases, it went together and it evolved so that it could then attach to humans and affect us. So this, and then because it could affect us, that's why it's dangerous as it is. That's the real story behind it. But like, you know, do you really want to believe all of it? Hence why people say do not watch too much news. I understand where they're coming from. Too much news, you're gonna literally believe everything.
The people that watch most of the news are lefties, and they get brainwashed that police are bad.
Yeah.
And fucking Boris Johnson and fucking Donald Trump are like fucking evil.
In my opinion, I don't like Boris. Like, I understand what Boris is. I like what Boris is doing, but I don't like Boris as a person. End of story. But
No, I just like Boris overall.
yeah. But like, I understand.
everyone else is-
Look, I understand. Yeah, exactly. Like, I understand what he's doing, but I don't.
Can I ask why you
like
like Boris? Because I don't have a problem. Well, I don't really care. I just. But anyway, ask why.
Why don't-
he's
So I
fuck-
like to hear everyone's opinion on political
Oh, yeah.
figures. It's interesting.
Well, I just prefer him overall. He's a pretty good prime minister. He hasn't exactly had the chance to express what he has, but he's obviously very patriotical, which I like. You know, he wanted Rule Britannia back in. He's doing pretty good. I don't know. I've not seen the most of him, so I don't have that big of an opinion.
I understand where most of people come from, but like, you got Trump, right?
be invited,
I
my
see.
love?
I understand. I've heard. Yeah, I am. I've heard many people's views on Trump, especially Trump supporters. Pretty funny views as well. Oh, Ben's got the game. I'm gonna invite Ben anyway, so he can join the party. But people said that he's a good president because he's to the point of what he says. He's very blunt, and some people like blunt people, right? They like that they're to the point about everything. And for example, another thing being, if they don't like something, they'll admit to it and they'll say that they don't do it, and they'll prove
Trump
it. For
is
example,
straight-
Trump doesn't like China. He doesn't like China. He doesn't like Mexico, and he tells everyone that that's what he doesn't like. That's how he is. I don't think that's right to do, because the feuds that he could create with other countries, but you've got to respect that in a person, haven't you?
He's honest about his things though, which is good.
Exactly. Like, I understand where he's coming from by pulling out the US Army from Afghanistan and being like, you know, it's not our fight. That's a fair point.
If the UK or US goes against anyone, NATO will be there to support the UK.
Yeah, I know. For example, because of
and if we join Kanzuk, we're basically overpowered.
yeah. I mean, you got Russia as well. There's, in my opinion, there's so many
They
things
shit.
about Russia. Russia being, you know, a country that we need to look out for. But right now, I don't think
They're
Russia's a
considered
threat.
hostile. No, they're considered hostile because they always fly fucking like spy
Yeah,
planes.
I
bombers
understand.
over
I
our
understand that,
coasts.
but I understand that
Here in
they.
America.
Yeah, I understand that, but like right now, compared to other countries, I don't think Russia's the largest threat, despite
don't
it
know.
being a superpower. Despite it being a superpower and being able to do a lot, and they probably have. I feel like, if you think about it, right, they might have some of the best things in the world, like for example nukes, some of the best nukes we might not know about it because the amount of intel that they would have done if they've used all these spy planes and stuff like that against other countries to gain intel. But they might have all of that. But I know, yeah, Putin's a dickhead, but like, just, they might have some of the best stuff, but they might not plan to use it on us. For example, they might have a plan where they're going to use it on Korea or China or Japan, someone that are real dickheads. That might be, we might not know that now, but that
Still
could
waiting on that
quite
invitation.
possibly, okay, they could quite possibly be what they're looking for. They don't want to get involved with us because of the views that people are going to get from it if they do get involved. So it might be where they have the same, if not similar, views, but you know. They might not be the biggest threat.
I understand where you're coming from now, but
because they're all right now. They're all intelligence. That's what it looks like.
China and North Korea and all of them three are communist countries.
Yeah, but you heard of the saying? Have you heard of? Have you heard of the saying? Keeps your friends closer, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Right?
Yeah,
that might be what they're doing. You don't know until you actually see it happen.
Yeah, but they are doing. Like a fucking shit. What country was it? Ukraine was kind of an ally with us.
Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine. I understand. Ukraine's just caught up in all of this. Ukraine's caught up in all this, and it shouldn't be. Because it's between Germany and Russia. All because it's between Germany and Russia and that. Like.
No, but you know the Eastern Bloc, right? You know, like Estonia, Ukraine.
Yeah, Estonia's gonna get anything. Yeah, because they're trying to train. We're trying to train Estonia, and if you've seen how compared to the British Army and the Estonian Army, the British Army is superior compared to them both. That's
no, it isn't. No, it
isn't. It isn't. I saw a documentary. But I've seen the documentary on it, right? How much I saw the documentary, Estonia was lacking.
It's basically it's working two ways. We're training them and they're training us.
Yes, I understand that, but I heard that.
We're training them to be better soldiers and like more powerful.
Yeah, that's my point. But they're lacking
in their environment.
And they're lacking because if you saw the documentary, Estonia was lacking in their own home, and we was doing so much better whilst they were doing these mil sim. They're doing their own mil sim where they were fighting each other. And UK almost all the time won. Estonia is lacking so much
in their home ground.
And if they don't step up, they're going to get the shitstorm of it all. They're going to get
that's why NATO's there, because we've just took our guys out on our rotation. I believe Norway's gone in there.
Yeah, there's other countries, for example, America went somewhere else, stuff like that. France went somewhere.
In the NATO region of Estonia, it's France, Germany.
Yeah, so literally, because we have some of the most powerful militaries, we're there to support them.
Because my mum knows a guy who went to Estonia for training, so that's only how I know French.
I know. I watched a thing on what the rotations.
Yeah, we watched. There was a documentary that they actually had out. There was these YouTubers that were granted access to go out there and watch it. There's so many There's so many documentaries of it. Like the one that I watched, it was a documentary where these YouTubers were given permission to go out there and film the training. So there is lots of documentaries.
PTSO,
thank you.
So there is a lot of documentaries on it, but in my eyes, Estonia are lacking, and if they don't step up, they're going to get the full brunt of it.
That's why NATO are there helping, because we're trying to protect them.
Yeah, I understand that, but if NATO fails, then they're fucked.
NATO can't fail. I mean, Russia is powerful.
Yeah, I understand that, but if they're fucked, they could help us because they can still help us out. You know what I mean? If they're not going to help, then we might struggle. Because if you think about it, even though we beat them, they're technically still specialised in their environment, right? Because that's where they train. So they're technically more specialised in their environment than we are.
5 rifles.
No.
Okay, search up 5 rifles Estonia documentary. It will show you the actual training exercise they did.
I watched a thing. A YouTuber went in and it was like fucking.
Which YouTuber was it?
I don't remember, but it was a guy.
Tell you which one. Was he American?
I don't know. I think
the one that I watched was a Brit.
Yeah, but the one that I watched went in there and he spoke to some like fucking sergeant or something.
The one that I watched, the Brit, pretty much what he did was he didn't show all of the process of it, of how he got there. He just showed them when they got there, so literally rolled up, and once they've already got permission to be there, and they
was he speaking about it on like the way there in a pickup truck or something like that. He was speaking about it, and then they rolled up and he got.
Yeah.
The operation name was.
Wait, the guy. Cool, but the guy that did it, he was like quite young, like 20s, early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's the one I watched.
Like blondie brown.
Yeah, and he was with
yeah,
he was with like
But,
one more
it's like
person or two
behind
more
the
people.
lines of,
Yeah,
British-
they would
British
sit
troops and
behind.
stuff.
They would sit behind Estonia. Yeah, because they went and spoke to the SA. They went and spoke to the SAS social media guy, whatever his. Well, not SAS. Why don't I say SAS? The NATO, the British one for NATO, whoever that
we
is.
watched the same
Yeah,
time.
the social media guy. They spoke to him, and because they had free range of everything, they could go wherever they want, watch from any perspective they want, as long as they listened to what they were told. Yeah, they were told to sit by because they went and watched Estonia majority of the time, and Estonian soldiers just because they talk pretty decent English, and I was surprised about that. They asked them to get.
They've been living with like fucking our troops for
Yeah.
about 6 months or so.
They were
they've
told
adapted.
to get behind them, film it from behind them, so their perspective, because they watched Estonia and see how well they were, and they were lacking so much because the UK always won. And in that video, it was always the UK winning. And then the Estonia, there was one where they had to cross this bridge. They got past the bridge, and then they were pushed
we
back.
kept the bridge.
Yeah, we kept.
Yeah,
So
we
they
pushed
got
them
onto
back
the
on the
bridge for not very long, and then they got pushed straight off that
Back.
bridge.
Yeah, like fucking sent back into nowhere.
Yeah. And so they are lacking. If they can't hold a bridge, there's something seriously wrong. Especially if they can't hold it from us. We're not expecting them we're not expecting them to like beat us. We're expecting them to do decent. At least to be able to hold
that's
that
why we're there.
bridge. Yeah, exactly. Just to be able to hold that bridge for at least a couple of hours or so, but they didn't. Minutes they were on that bridge.
And gone. But,
Exactly.
I mean, it's like,
All we
don't
expect
have
is
the
them
best
to do.
tech.
All we expect is them to do decent, not perfect, not to beat us, because it's highly unlikely, but just to do something. Because if they can actually do a difference, then we're gonna have more of a chance. Well, they're gonna have more of a chance of survival.
It's understandable that they kind of lost against us since. I mean, I know we don't have the best tech, but our soldiers are like the
Yeah.
strongest, but they go through the most amount of training, even for basic.
I mean, they got L8s, and that's one powerful assault rifle. I see why in some games they portray it as an LMG. It's an extremely heavy assault rifle, but it's also
There is
powerful.
a fucking an assault rifle. There is an LMG version of it or something.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
more variants. But
Yeah,
like,
but-
it's an alright rifle, but they've just recently got an upgrade, I believe, to make it even more overpowered. So in
Yeah.
English, it's just like the BAE
I understand,
edition,
right, but
which
why
are
does
just
it have to... I understand, like, the L8 and everything, but why does it have to be L8? The L8 isn't a very pleasing gun to look at, is it? Compared to, like, an M4...
I like them both, but I think the M4 is a way better.
We
Yeah.
use them because they're not based on power, we're based on accuracy and intelligence. We're a defense, not an attack regiment or army.
Actually, our Royal Marines, especially commandos, they run both M4 and the LA.
I already know.
So, yeah.
Yeah... This guy's training to be a marksman in the Royal Marines, so...
Nice.
And then you got me, the only guy in this friend group that wants to be an armed police, and everyone else wants to be military.
Nah, I want to be police after Marines.
Yeah, I don't really want to do military because the fact of you leaving and not being able to come home for a long period of time. Also, because the thing is, I want to serve for my country because, like, you know, how do
I'll
I
just do a
say,
couple
my
contracts.
most of my family is like service family, especially my dad's side. You know what I mean? They served in the military. Well, I have family members, current family members that are serving in the police. So you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to serve, but I don't want to be in the military, if you know what I'm trying to say. I still want to do my part, but I don't like the idea of leaving and not coming back. And then as well as that, having a higher risk of dying than being an armed police officer. There's a higher risk to it.
Right, there's a big in between here, but the only problem is you'll be hated by every single military personnel. Raw military police.
What?
The only people that like RMP are RMP though, so that's the only downside.
So what do you mean they're not gonna like the police? Like, my dream job's CTSFO. So what if
No. Basically,
I'd be respected for that.
Everyone in like the military hates the RMP because they're just shit. They're just party poopers. Yeah, everyone hates them. Well, they don't hate
I
them,
mean,
it's
I
just-
understand that. Like, why did they
they're
have to be
annoying.
police? Like, why did they have to be police? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Like, like, why don't they just be like what? Yeah, but like,
Yeah, but they're also there, like, party pooping.
yeah,
Yeah, they are. To be fair, the foreign police do the police job sometimes, like in London.
Yeah. They're heavily associated with MOD. It's like when
They're
like,
there
when,
so you
when
do
we,
your job correctly, so you don't fuck around.
basically, yeah.
Basically, they are.
That's why they're not. Yeah, yes. They're there so you don't fuck
not
around.
as
That's why they're like.
they wouldn't be as specialised as CTSFR, are they?
No.
They have a higher power.
Yeah,
The
They
moment
have a
you
higher
retire
power,
from
but
the farm, like the moment you retire from being any sort of service police, whether it's RAF, Air Force, or
Yes.
Army, you become a higher rank if you join the civic police, and if you join the armed police, you'll be even more experienced, and you'll be still placed in a higher rank.
I'm pretty sure if you join like the army or something, and then you go
'Cause
into
I'm
the
think-
army,
yeah,
you
'cause I'm thinking
basically
of
get
doing-
in immediately.
yeah, because I'm thinking of doing something like being a being a protection officer, and if you. Yeah, because the reason I want to
army
be,
to police.
the reason, another
army to
reason,
police is easier.
yeah, another reason I think being armed police would be good is because I like the weapons that they use. They use like the G3016. That's another thing.
And the 6
The
516.
and the MCX carbine, whatever that called. See, I fucking forgot. You know what I mean? You're not trying to talk about yeah, that really powerful assault rifle that they use.
That's fucking amazing. I believe that's more of like the advanced unit in CT. They use that.
Yeah, that's a really good gun, and I would really like to
jealous of
handle
them.
one of them I would like to handle one of those in the future. So why not?
Right, well that's the fucking point. But the only problem is like, well, when you first get in there, basic you have G3 or G36C, and then if you might get advanced or CT, that's when you get access to the C.
The only issue I've ever had with armed police is that you don't choose where you go or what you do.
I'm not bothered about that. Don't know about
I'm bothered. I don't want because I wouldn't mind working as being in Her Majesty's police, but at the same time I don't really fancy being a normal firearms officer that deals with calls where this guy's got guns in his house, and you find out they're like discharged weapons, World War II weapons, and then that person gets released, and then that person gets released later, and
the oldest things ever, like they stack up like it's a fucking, like they're expecting an M4 behind that door to get shot. But no, they walk in there, it's like a plastic fucking airsoft gun, you're like, no.
Exactly. Like another thing, air guns as well. But like, for example, a video that I saw not long ago with the West Midlands Police. There was these guys that were. It looked like they're doing a deal, and this guy flashed a shotgun in the front seat, and then they responded to it pretty well. They responded it swiftly and with aggression. They rolled up. This guy had a massive machete in his pocket, and they rolled up. One of them had his hand on the gun, got the guy on the machete to the ground, and this guy pelted at the guy with a shotgun, pointed at his head and told him to get down. And then this guy ran out about 2 minutes later, whilst he was on the ground, came around with a G36 assault rifle. But the guys that ran over there with their pistols and acted perfectly, that's what I want to do. There's something that draws me to being an armed police officer.
Same. To be able to
It's the way they're portrayed. Every video that you ever see of a British Armed Police, they are always exactly. No one hesitates. The way they're portrayed, they portrayed like gods. Same as special forces, especially. This is why I'm so patriarchal about my country, because, like, in my opinion, we have some of the best. We have some of the best armed services in the world, and we train majority of them.
The best tech. But we have the strongest will.
Exactly. We use it to our advantage.
We aren't scared.
Yeah.
No, they are.
Another thing. We talked about. There's so many criminals that in our army, but then they get the chance when they have to, and there's like 40% of our military are criminals or something. They chose to serve for their country to get out of that.
Either, sentence or army.
I mean, people that have, I'm not gonna lie though, if people have committed crimes in the past, right, and they choose to be in the military, then especially if, yeah, as I said, if you get done by for assault, right, you're a strong person at will, right? So you know the advantage that you would have compared to other people, even if you were an ex-criminal, like you've sorted your life out, you've turned yourself around, and look at you now. You might be serving. You might be ex-Royal Marine, ex-SAS, ex-SBS, and now you're serving as a police officer. Some people, after coming back from war, if they become a police officer, they don't want to touch a gun again, and I understand that. So for example, some of them just normal police officers.
The majority of our veterans, if they are working, is usually public service, like police, fire, ambulance.
Public service, I understand public service, because I do.
They usually go as like something that's really needed, like a trucker or something like that. They are the backbone, basically.
Yeah. Another thing that would be good to talk about. That's a plane. Another thing that would be good to talk about. Do you know Modern Warfare Campaign Piccadilly? Normal transport police with guns.
Yeah, I wondered that. Like
they're literally straight up met and transport police. They're probably transport police, because there's a train station right underneath Piccadilly. They're probably transport police, normal transport police with high-vis coats and pistols. Yeah, where's the logic? Where's the logic? Modern Warfare.
No combination.
And they wouldn't, and as well as that, armed police wouldn't respond that fast. I know there's armed police that walk around Piccadilly because it's a major it's a major area that could be attacked at any time by terrorists, and we have the highest rated acts of terrorism that could happen at any time. But I understand there's firearms officers nearby, but there wouldn't be that many armed police responding to the scene that quickly. That's bullshit. Yeah.
No, right. No, the thing is, though, I don't...
I mean, yeah, he did. Another thing he said, the guy talking to him, don't turn London into a war ground, clear? They knew something.
Yeah, because he said that my men have been tracking this for weeks or months.
Yeah, they were tracking. So Garrick was tracking them, but they decided to do it. They decided to do it now.
Yeah, they decided to.
And all they were doing was transporting materials. They wasn't gonna detonate it, but because they were pushed into a corner, they detonated the bomb. They weren't. Their plan clearly wasn't to detonate. Their plan was to transport their goods to use for another time, but because they were pushed.
Yeah, probably something like transporting, not exactly blow it up in that
Yeah,
moment.
but like what he should have done is listen to Garrick. Actually, no, fair point. I'm going against my own one here, because if he knew something was going to happen, there's gonna no shit. They were deployed. Another thing, no shit that they were deployed.
They weren't even like really armed units, like.
Yeah, they literally had pistols, and that was it. They didn't have G36 assault rifles. They had pistols.
No. There wasn't even any armed police officers except from the pistol ones.
I mean, look, if you think about it, though, you would have some armed police, because in Piccadilly you have armed police walking about with their assault rifles. But there's not many. There's probably like 3-4 duos of them, but there's not going to be a lot. There's not a lot in Piccadilly. So that fast response with transport police with guns, it would make sense if armed police came out the train station, because they would utilise the trains. That's a smart idea.
Transport police do have guns, but
that's armed police though.
And as well, that's with.
Not all transport police have guns though.
Yeah, I know, not all, but there's like the specialised units. There's
yeah, exactly. You do have armed transport police, but they wouldn't be positioned there. They would have their own area. For example, you have small police stations outside
Yeah.
shopping
And they'd
centres
be
and
all
train
black
stations.
with rifles. They always carry
Exactly.
a G3 and they're in all black.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
exactly.
course they have the Glock on their fucking.
Another
belt.
thing, like I have a shopping centre that near my house. They've got a small police booth outside. It's a small police booth, and there's always 2 armed police sitting in the police booth at all times because there's a terrorist attack could happen at any moment.
Like,
and where I live,
because-
we have I think it's like the 3rd biggest shopping centre in England, so it would make sense why you had armed police sitting there in the booth at any time, ready for a terrorist attack
Yeah,
to
because like
happen.
near the city hall in Sheffield
Yeah.
where I used to live, there's like this old and decommissioned police booth there, like
Yeah.
you know those green ones.
And there would always be
they would have
armed
been there.
police in there. Yeah.
And you
The
rarely
only
see-
reason I know that is
rarely
because me and
saw
my
them.
mate. The only reason I know that is because I'm not gonna feel ashamed to admit this, but my mate's got a balloon and was underneath the car park. They put the balloon on the floor, sampling it, and 2 armed police walked straight into the shopping centre.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's like.
And we was just
fucking-
like, we are out, so we are out.
I've only seen
They-
like once
so
or
definitely
twice, but,
there was no
like,
cameras.
fucking- there is like a police thing, like a lot of police presence near Meadow Hall.
Yeah, another
sort of
thing,
big shopping centre in
Another
Sheffield.
thing, there was it got to the point where there was somebody in that shopping centre that was carrying around there was a gang carrying around knives in Lakeside. Well, now you know the place, Lakeside. But they were carrying around knives, and what happened was a couple of days later, they literally had a whole entire police team in Lakeside, the whole entire police team. Because there was teens walking around with knives, so you know they have to do their bit, and they had their own team sitting around in Lakeside. A large number of people. They had they had extra firearms units there as well. Literally, they boosted the security for about 6 weeks
Yeah.
because they honestly thought like an attack could happen.
Like any slight fucking possibility of a terrorist attack on knives, we go.
Another
into
thing, if you're a group of people run into Lakeside with knives and you stab people up, that's considered an act of terrorism. So
yeah, like, the second that happens, like the majority of your area, like that county goes into red alert.
yeah, exactly. It goes into lockdown. You can't leave your home.
No. Red alert doesn't mean lockdown. It just means heavy police presence. Like you know the time when we had the army in London at one point.
Another
That
thing,
was, like,
2
that
years
was
ago
further
where I
red.
live, 2 years ago where I lived, or is it 3 years ago on Halloween, somebody got stabbed, and another one, there was an acid attack, and then they died later in hospital. That person that got stabbed, believe it or not, there was a suspect that was running away from the police, and I watched him get bodied into a garage. It was hilarious. But yeah. Like straight during that whole entire night, there was there was literally the riot police around every corner. Literally a riot van just sitting there. Armed police in unmarked vehicles, normally BMWs, because that's what they got in my area, BMWs.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Armed police, usually BMWs or.
Yeah, because I live in Essex. There you go. That's the broadest I can put it. So even though we don't have some of the good.
Fuck me.
We don't have the best police equipment in Essex. I'm not gonna lie, we have some of the worst.
Oh, not just Sheffield, but we have a heavy police.
Exactly,
presence.
but if we need police presence, we will have police presence. Like for the whole entire night, there was armed police sitting around in unmarked BMWs, driving around occasionally, sitting in the end of alleyways. Like anywhere that something could happen, something shady could happen, there'll be armed police right round the corner.
Yeah, and as well on like fucking.
It was right when the clown incident was as well.
Yeah, like the second a fucking like Halloween things, they up the police presence as
Yeah,
well.
but round here we didn't have that big of a clown incident. We had occasional clowns that would chase you, but most of the time it was just because where I am, it's fucked where I am. We have a bridge that splits off 2 areas, and there's a gang in each area, and that's what's fucked. And because they come round, they fight, and it's like kill people during
Gang
one
warfare,
night. Yeah,
it's all
they don't
over the
fight. They don't fight each other, but they kill other people, and then they just like tallying it up and shit like that to see who's better. It's stupid. For example, round here, there's the acid attacks over the other side, as which we call it. They stab people. So where I am, the acid attacks happen because there's a train station. You've heard all the things where people get acid attacks on train stations.
Yep, and the Russian acid attack where they had all that shit.
Yeah. Because there's a train station over here, and it's like there's not much security on a train station. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the Russian spies didn't
Nope.
he...
The one that got poisoned in London.
Yeah.
Drink that.
No, it wasn't London. Yeah. Yeah, he got fucking... He got acid attacked or something, or poisoned.
Well then, I mean that. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, if you're gonna do something that is possibly a terrorist attack or a spy on our country, expect the whole force, the whole brute of it.
Like
if you're gonna do something, expect it all. Like exactly. Like if you're gonna do something, expect expect the whole police force down there.
Like.
And we have the biggest firearms unit in the world, some of the biggest firearm units other than America. I'm talking about countries where you can't have a lot of guns,
our basic police.
But we have some of the biggest armed units.
Out of the countries that don't have basic officers with guns, we have like the biggest, I believe.
Yeah, because of how terrorists think this is a soft spot when we're proving them wrong. This isn't a soft spot.
But all of them are armed because
because terrorists think this is a soft spot for it when clearly it isn't. We proved them wrong on the Iranian embassy. We proved them wrong on the Iranian embassy. We proved them wrong on the 22 bombings. We proved them wrong on the concert. We proved them wrong so many times, but yet they still think we are a soft spot for terrorism.
What we need to do is start fighting back. Rather than just like having our police do it, we need, if they do it more, their country is going to have it back.
I mean, look, listen. So all of us here are at least 14 to 18 here. All of us are at least 14 to 18, yep? So, Gen Z, technically, we're Gen Z still. Generation Z is a long-ass fucking generation. Yeah, long-ass generation. We are scientific... No, it's not the worst
generation ever. It's full of snowflakes and bitches.
I'm sorry, but it was also... But Gen Z was also estimated to be the smartest You're going to have the smartest people come out of this generation ever.
What the fuck are they done?
No, it's scientifically proven. Gen Z is going to be the smartest generation in years.
I'm sorry. No. Now hold on. If they're supposed to be the smartest, how the fuck can most of them not decide?
Yeah, I understand, but they're considered degenerates. That's what they're considered.
They're considered fucking retarded by us.
Yeah, but they're 100% considered degenerates. That's what Americans would call them technically.
I don't.
But like, if we're gonna turn out to be the smartest generation, then what we're talking about now might even be the future. So you need to think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing, streaming it as well. You're gonna have other people that also get involved with it, talk about this, and then therefore it's gonna they're gonna have same and similar ideology, and they might even challenge our ideology. They might be smarter than us, challenge it and make it better. That's what I like about streaming it and making videos.
No, yeah. But if it comes to it, if you are trained with a weapon in the cadets, and a fucking hell of an attack happens on Britain, we have just about everyone, every male is targeted, every male above the age of 18 is targeted immediately. Like, you're getting drafted, come here now.
Exactly, just like World War II. Our country is not afraid to do that, and I'm pretty sure people at our age, like for example, most parents, so many people in this generation are forced to grow up. Yeah, so many people. I'm just saying that. So many people are forced to grow up in this generation a lot earlier than most people. We're forced to grow up a lot faster than a lot of people, and yes, it's unfair.
Probably us. We are those ones. We are exactly. The other ones.
For example, I met a 12-year-old earlier. He was so mature, it's unbelievable. 12-year-old. Yeah, Stealth, a 12-year-old, and he's one of the most mature children I have seen in 3 years. It doesn't matter. But if that's
Yeah.
possible, if that is possible to set a 12-year-old straight, who's just a year above,
What is
just
possible?
anything's possible. Another thing, though, I'm sorry, but look, another thing, World War III is imminent. Another thing, guys, World War III is imminent. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
World War III is imminent,
It's gonna happen
so
at some
everyone needs to be ready. I mean, we've, like, cadets, honestly, like, there are so many people in cadets these past years. It's unbelievable.
Like, if it comes to it, we might have, in like, the Gen Z might populate, I mean, us at least, our type of Gen Z will populate the military heavily. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Another thing, right? Another thing I have to say, though, right? Another thing that I have to say, it's unfair how your life is judged by test paper, exams, GCSEs. It's so unfair. I sit. Like Kenzie was pretty lucky, right? Because there's so many people that sit in front of a test paper and they freak out. And because of coronavirus, if you were in year 11, your GCSEs were discussed by what you've done in your book. So many people's work in there is predicted by their book. And if you do it by their book, no, because that was called off. Our mock exams were called off because of this year. He did his mocks. He did his mock. I didn't do my mocks because of coronavirus lockdown because I'm in year 10. So I'm year 10. You do mocks in year 10. Year 11's your exams. My school we started GCSEs in year 9 because year 9 because you have 2 coursework and then you have exams. Yeah, we don't do work experience in my school anymore. I fucking hate it. It's pissed me off. I hate that. You don't do work experience in my school anymore, and it's annoying.
I hope we do work experience.
Are you guys aware of the Harris Federation?
The fucking what?
The Harris Federation. It has some of the best education systems in Britain. Well, my school was shit. It was the worst school in the whole of Essex. It was rated, but then Harris came along and they offered us money, offered our principal money, also to make it better for us students, so that it's better for us, and it would have just worked, but coronavirus hit, and because coronavirus hit, it's fucked it all up. But I still pissed off how your life's judged by a test paper, because last test paper I sat in front of that went against my marks, I panicked. And then you have so many people as well that have come out of tests, right? And what's it called? There's so many people that own their own CEOs and they did not pass GCSEs.
Yeah. The thing is though.
So hopefully
the founder of Facebook, like most of the founders of
Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon,
these all dropped out.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates.
Einstein didn't even go to fucking school.
Yeah, because he was probably poor then. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Einstein did go to school. He was just most of the time self-taught.
Another thing, guys, right?
Okay, I stand corrected.
What do your guys' IQ levels are? What would you say your IQ's levels are? Shit. So look, Kenzie, what's your IQ? 100 and something, right? Yep. Yeah. So, mine. Okay, I'm 14. And let me just get my IQ up because I did an IQ test. I think it's 97.
You said 97.
97. My IQ is 97. Well, my IQ is 97, right? And I'm in the second bottom set. And if I'm in second bottom set and my IQ is 97, what the fuck? No. Yeah, but I'm just saying, no, if we are this, if our IQ level is this, imagine Alpha 1s, Alpha 2s, you know what I'm trying to say here? This guy knows, you guys don't, because it's different for you guys. Because we have like a similar school system compared to each other, because we ruled it out earlier, we have a similar school system. So, Alpha being the top set, yeah. So, imagine their IQ rates and levels. decent. Another thing, America, they're supposed to do better than us. No. Oh, what? I thought you were you? If you were joking, I thought you were joking and said IRL. I was like, fuck off.
I've just received a treasure map. Fancy going treasure hunting?
Fuck it, yeah. Let's go. We'll probably get some good loot out of it.
Alright, cool. We're looking for 3 temples.
Oh.
Don't know where the fuck they are.
Unless you want to do it tomorrow and stream it and everything.
Sorry, do you have Mogden?
Because I'm not gonna be on very long, much longer because it's 11:40 and I'm gonna be going to bed at 2 in the morning.
How the fuck do we get in here? Is my question.
Because it would be something good that we can stream a lot on. But look, every time I do commentation videos, right, they always start dying. Yep. But this is how I wanted the whole entire commentation to go, and you've done it. This is literally how I want the commentation to be.
No, the reason why it's gone like that, I don't know about everyone else, but I forgot that it was even a thing. So I just spoke how I would,
Exactly.
How I would in front of a camera. I just spoke.
Exactly. And when you just speak, right, it's different than already having a planned it.
Like when I record a video, I'm like, what the fuck do I say? But like when I forget it's there, I just speak.
Yeah. Like I don't. The type of person I am, I don't care if there's a camera. I'm gonna act the same way. You know what I'm trying to say? I honestly don't care. I don't care what other people think. I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna just go and say.
Feelings. Fuck you and your fucking emotions.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel as well. I'm sorry, but facts over feelings. Like.
Yeah. If you want to put your emotions over fucking actual factual evidence, leave. Leave this world.
How the hell do I fucking get in this roof?
I mean, if you think about it, fact comes into feelings as well and emotions. Like, fucking hell.
Kind of, yeah, but I fucking prioritise facts over feelings. I don't fucking care. Like, fucking, my personal opinion, like, not my personal opinion, my fucking, I don't know, something about feelings.
How the fuck do I get in here? This doesn't make any sense. This must be like a developer's glitch. This doesn't make sense.
Probably like a puzzle, I don't know that much about that, but some sort of puzzle thing, you have to shoot some sort of thing.
It doesn't make sense. It's literally telling me to here.
Don't you have to do you have to lodge a throwable in something? Or move?
That's what I'm just, I'm fucking blind, there's a massive, there's a fucking hole. I'm fucking blind. Found it.
I thought it was something like fucking the God of War puzzle type thing where you had to find certain things.
Oh, fuck me. I almost won that one. Pistol at long
sick.
range. Let's get myself up. But yeah, what else can we talk about? Because we've literally talked about our whole entire, the UK's security system. So we've pretty much talked. How about, as soon as we talk about the UK security system, let's talk about the Ministry of Defence right now.
No. Let's talk about America. Let's slag off.
No. I want to talk about MOD first. Why the fuck?
What's MOD first? What's MOD first? So we can.
Ministry of Defence.
Right, wait. Right, Kenzie, stop, please. Right, go.
Basically, if I'm correct, is Priti Patel, whatever the fuck her name is. She's head of MOD or something. Get rid of her.
Why? Because she's a female, or?
No, it's not because she's a female or what, or anything is. Just, no, get rid of her. She's got this. I don't know. She just has that look about her, like she has a stupid little fucking smirky smug face. But like she's fucking planning something.
I'm sorry. If somebody has a smirk, right, and she's like that, I'm sorry. Like, did anyone set her straight? Did she ever serve? Was she in the police force? Like, fuck off. You know what I mean?
Isn't she? I understand we should be all diverse and that shit, but isn't she?
But the point is, wasn't she in their position? Has she ever been in those people's positions?
Didn't she immigrate from another country, or was she born here? I don't remember. If she did immigrate, I'm not being anything or anything, but I don't think we should have anyone that isn't from a different country or fully born here.
Yeah, I understand. Just in case, I understand that.
Yeah, we should have someone with a military background as well. Someone that's born in a military background for our MOD. Our head of MOD. Or defence, whatever the fuck she is.
Yeah, I understand that, because just in case, look, the only reason I'm saying just in case, I'm not trying to be rude to any other country or say, no, you're fucking idiots and stuff like that.
They should have a chance. If she was born here, I don't care where her parents are from. If she was born here and had military
exactly,
background,
another thing, because children have completely different, some children have a lot of different thoughts to their parents. They contradict their parents. If you see, if you guys seen the Inspector Calls, right? You seen that? Or no?
No.
Okay. Pretty much, it's just about them contradicting their parents and stuff like that. It's as if they are growing up, right?
No.
That's pretty much what today's society is. If we know our parents are wrong, we will contradict them. We won't be silenced by them anymore. That's just how we are.
Now kids are starting to kind of stand up for their opinions and that shit.
Yeah.
They're starting to have their own
I mean, you have the
choices
LGBTQ movement. I'm sorry, LGBTQ, but there is two genders. That's my view. I don't care. You can do your own thing,
Facts
but don't.
Feelings. There you
just
go.
don't go out and say to people, you have to follow the movement.
You guys have got it wrong when it comes to LGBT. It's not the biological features that they care about. It's the psychological features that they care about.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah, I get that, but just that's all I'm saying.
Yes,
no, I'm not targeting. I'm not targeting them. I'm not targeting. I'm targeting the type of people. I'm targeting are the people that like the idiots. If you know what I'm trying to say, the ones
to anyone a part of the LGBTQ community or whatever, how many pluses you have. We accept everything, but
we have our views. Don't force us to change them.
You have our views, like don't force it upon us. But the second you force it upon us, that's when we lose all interest in what your ideology is.
Yeah, and then at that point we don't like you and we go away and we don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, for example, you have these YouTubers that I've seen now that are setting up, like, getting vans and then putting shit in front of it and then just literally sitting there talking, like a sign that says "Prove me wrong" about something.
Yeah. Like,
that's good.
The guy that does the change my mind.
Yes, exactly. Change my mind. You know, that's good. That's how we're going to evolve. Attempting to change people's mind, because for all that person knows that is doing it, you could be smarter than that person. You might have a bigger influence on society than they do. And that guy's like, he's not that guy that's doing it. He's not even Gen Z, is he? He's like the generation before. So he understands. He's he's fighting for our decisions, and he's just saying, look, if you really are smart, then step up.
I'll try and change it. I want to see what your opinion is, basically.
We want to see, like, he literally wants to see and prove science.
Yeah, like, I want to have a valid debate with you.
Yeah, because he has a science. Because he believes in science. Clearly, he understands science. He believes in it, and as we are predicted to be the smartest generation. But, like, you know, he wants to prove. He wants to see and find those people, dig him up. And I think that's good, and I think that's how we're going to move forward. It's talking.
Yeah,
like World War I and World War II. I'm sorry, but you need to talk. That's what happens when you don't talk.
No, there are, to a certain extent, though, like, expressing your opinions enough, like a civil debate. I accept a debate. I'll have a debate with anyone, no matter who you are. But the second you start screaming and shouting at me and saying to me that my opinion's wrong, that's when we have a problem. Yeah. That's when I don't want to debate with you. If you accept my opinion, I accept yours, you know, like...
Yeah, exactly, agreeing to disagree. Yeah. Agreeing to disagree. If you agree to disagree with that person, you're going to have so much better of a relationship with that person. Trust me, like, I know.
Like, I'm a Tory, all
this conversation you have heard here are either theories or fact, or a theory that is built upon facts.
Like, I don't fucking care who they are. I'll be friends with a gay person.
Exactly. Like, there will be. I understand the limitations.
As long as you don't push it
exactly. As another thing, I understand there would be some limitations if you have if you are friends with a gay person. For example, I only have one limitation with any gay person. I'm not getting dressed in the same room. Another thing. Like, I'm never getting dressed in the same room as one. Like, if they're friends. Another thing, because they have a closer relationship, and I don't want them to feel. I don't want them to have the idea of pushing it upon me.
Yeah, like, I don't care if they're fucking gay, but as long as your whole lifestyle isn't pushing upon me, like you don't.
Like, for example,
You base
friends.
it off of your, like, it's not just how your life, you base it off
Yeah.
of your fucking sexuality or your
Like,
gender
another
or-
thing that people do as well, like, another thing I've heard people say at this age especially, they love someone. I understand if you honestly do, like, you have that feeling for them, you know, people felt that, so have I, but, like, don't say you love that person. You've probably been in a relationship with that person for 3-4 years, like, shut up. I'm sorry, but that's my view. Like, if you're just gonna go around and say that, oh yeah, I love you, no. You like that person,
What I don't
that's
get
fair enough.
about that is when, like, your partner breaks up with you and they say, oh, I still love you, but I have to do this. Like, how the fuck does that make sense?
If you're breaking up with that person,
If you love them-
you've lost interest, you don't love them anymore.
Yeah, it's a losing interest. You don't love them anymore. You might like them as a friend, but you've just lost your love for them.
You've lost your
Yeah, but
interest,
they
you've
say,
lost your
like-
feelings, your sexual preferences,
I don't know why,
to
I don't know
them.
why they say that. Like,
I still love you, but we need to break up.
yeah, like
Exactly, shut your fucking mouth.
Like, what the fuck is the point?
Another thing that we do, another thing that guys do a lot, they joke about women. Like, one of my jokes I've got is, like, about a woman, like, because, you know, guys say, woman, it's a joke, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Like,
Another thing that I said,
every guy jokes about that. It's like, even
another
my fucking
joke that I
granddad jokes
have,
about it.
a joke that I have is, like, the reason I think women should be in kitchens is because milk come from them, whereas you grab milk from the fridge. Like, I'm sorry, but if you cannot, another thing, if you cannot accept that from somebody, if you can't accept that they joke about you, then
like,
we'll accept if you
Jokes
joke
aren't
about
meant to be
us.
taken seriously. That's
There are
not
so
a
many
joke.
girls that take things seriously.
Karens take it too seriously.
Oh,
Yeah, I want your
Karen's just
fucking manager.
please.
Another thing, people say
Like,
that you can't have male Karens. Fuck off, I've seen one.
No,
Yeah,
there
they're
isn't
called
male
fucking
Karens. They're
cunts.
called Richard. No, they're called Richards.
Ah.
Right, then that's good to know then. We just learnt something, see? Another thing that we joke about, the biggest joke on the internet, Urban Dictionary.
No, the Book of Genders. Wait, no, shut up. I need to shut up.
Don't say anything if you're not 100% sure. But yeah,
No, I
Urban
am.
Dictionary,
I am
like,
sure. That's
like
a joke.
the real meaning of a simp is devoting your life to a girl gamer, right? But we have changed
No,
that.
not-
No,
not a
that's the
girl
original
gamer.
meaning. That was the original meaning. The original meaning that was first, okay? But as you know us, we would change it, and that's where the Urban Dictionary has it. So if you're looking for like slang words and stuff like that, Urban Dictionary, there you go. Like you type in what's it called? Trump. If you're in the UK and you type in Trump, oh, that is hilarious. What they say about Trump. I'm not gonna say it, but that's somebody's actual view on Trump. Then you got Boris Johnson. No, I haven't seen Boris Johnson's one, but I don't know if it's Donald J. Trump. It's either Donald J. Trump, Donald Trump, or Trump. There's so many variations that you can say about him.
Donald Trump. You guys ready?
Yep.
Alright, so simply. Oh no, wait.
That was a good
Wait,
one. That
what
was
the
on. It was a while ago that I looked at it, though, so it might got pushed down, and there's a better one.
Oh, here we go. Donald Trump, an orange-looking
Yes,
raccoon who
yes.
is well known for his royal ass bitch.
yeah. Like that's Urban Dictionary. That's That's a real view from somebody, but it's not really. Well, it's not really a real view.
Oh
It's
my
not a
God.
real view. It's not like
Boris
a real
Johnson.
view. It's not like a real view. It's a joke.
On the topic of fucking
Boris
raccoons.
Johnson, a Poundland version of
Another one I found, which was another thing that I found was Donald Trump is the Oompa Loompa king. Like,
Fucking.
I'm sorry, how can you get that orange without a fake tan? Like I've seen, there's this girl in my class. She puts on so much fake tan, it's unbelievable. And then she doesn't even like it when she goes to school with it.
Oh, speaking of Poundland, can you guys explain this, right?
Oh, Poundland got
you know
shut
when
down
you-
in Lakeside.
When you're in hold on. When you're in Poundland, why does it say everything to £1 and then you go to
Yeah,
certain
and then you go,
sections,
it's
and they're
like
£5.
£2 for $2.99. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like,
And you
it's
go
like,
£5 shit.
Yeah, there's like a yeah,
I
exactly.
remember seeing it, and it was like there's a fucking composter there. I'm like, why does it say 15 quid then?
Well, I mean, unless Poundland being like it is rounded to the nearest pound, but that's probably not what they went for.
Yeah, pound.
Yeah, £1. Like fuck.
It's basically fucking just
Exactly.
like, for Americans, a dollar store it's meant to be £1 or $1.
Do you know what's gonna be funny, right? Do you know how shillings don't exist now? Yep. Maybe pennies aren't gonna exist anymore, bro. And there's gonna be something other than a pound. Fucking hell. Like, the future, you know?
I feel like we should have kept shillings, you know. Kept
Yeah,
ours.
shillings would be good, not gonna lie. Like, they would be
I
useful.
fucking hate the Victorian currency. It was so shit.
But, another thing though, the value in our currency has increased. That's another reason why we probably got rid of shillings, because our value in our currency has
shillings were like
increased.
fucking, it was like pence.
If you have, no, shillings were less than a pence. No, shillings was less than a pence.
No, because I remember watching fucking.
No, yeah, no. I took history. I took history, but like literally, it's less than a pound.
Not accurate, but it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's like 5
Birmingham.
shillings and 99
Yeah.
pence. I think it's just like that.
Yeah, 5 shillings, 99 pence, but that's not. I don't think it is. That's
Oh,
highly
sure.
inaccurate because it's less than a pound.
sorry.
1 shilling is less than a penny. That's what a shilling is. So much less than a penny. And if you had literally 1 penny, you could literally buy like 5 loaves of bread, like 5 loaves of bread for a penny. £2, fucking hell. If you're £2, you're considered rich.
That's like a couple £100 now, or something like that. That's like
It's about £1,000, £2,000.
Fuck me.
You would be considered rich. Now if you live on £2,000 every 2 weeks, you're not rich.
You're broke.
On fucking benefits.
Yes,
that's
you're on benefits at that point.
You're broke.
Yeah, you're on benefits. Yeah, I know because I'm on benefits. And I live in a council house. But
Who doesn't? That's right.
exactly, there's so many council houses right now. It's unbelievable. Especially so many people living on benefits, living off of the government.
Why did that just go hella depressing?
I fucking hate people living off the government. I mean, we don't have a choice. That's lot. But
Yeah.
once
But if you have a choice not to, if you have the choice not to live off of the government, don't.
Make my own money.
For example, my older brother, it got to the point where my eldest brother with a
fucking
daughter,
work.
not that one, and he's not a drug dealer. No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about being drug dealers. just to make money.
No. Pretty much, he has a
Boys.
daughter, right? And when she was first born, it got to the point where they might have had to live on benefits, but they chose not to. They didn't want to live off of benefits. They didn't want to live off of the government. So they decided not to, and how they are now, they're living fine.
Like,
Because you're gonna go through that tough. You're gonna go through that tough patch, and once you pass it, you passed it.
Have like, if you can fucking work, and stop living off the
Yeah,
government.
like my older
the
brother.
government will
My
stay.
older brother, he's looking for a job, but right now he's a stay-at-home dad. So, like,
So that's understandable.
You are aware
That's
my life can't come
understandable.
get you. So you have to teleport.
alright. But yeah, right now he's a stay-at-home dad because his girlfriend, his girlfriend, right? She works. She works a lot. I'm not gonna lie, she does work a lot. But she does get back. How do I say? She gets back toward the end of the day because she has a daughter now, and that's just how it is. But he's a stay-at-home dad right now, and he is still looking for a job because he has had several jobs, just jobs he doesn't like. Another one, he wanted to be a chef, and his mate was head chef at his mum's restaurant, and he went there, and because being a chef, like when you go to a restaurant, you start from the bottom, you start from cleaning dishes, making your way up. That's how it is. So what he would do is he would clean dishes. He would clean dishes, occasionally wait, or if for example, if somebody had to go do something and he had to sit there and start continuing cooking for somebody whilst they went to the toilet, or if they're doing something, he can step in and do that for them because he can cook. So that's what his job was, but he fed up because some people didn't take their shifts and he had to take their shifts, and another thing, they were being dicks about it, so he left. He had enough. He left. And then another thing, he worked for a carpenting company with his friends, who was currently doing an apprenticeship there. He worked at a carpenting company with his friend. He liked the people there, but he just didn't like the job itself, so he left. It's just hard for some people to find jobs. It really is hard for some people to find jobs. My second eldest brother, he wants to be a nurse. So, he wants to be a nurse, he's going to be a nurse, you know what I mean? Like, he can do it. So yeah, and then you got I want to be a firearms officer, and then you got my brother, my minute older brother. He doesn't know what he wants to do yet. He's not 100% sure. He'll say some things he's interested in with a period of time, and he just doesn't know. He's more of he's a live in the moment type of person. Me, I'm like, right now I'm kind of living the moment, but I do want to plan. I do like planning some things, especially if you're going to plan a day out. That's what I do. Josh lives in the moment. He doesn't plan things. If we get offered, if we get offered to go round someone's house for a week, he'll literally just be like, it'll be out of the blue, and he'll be like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Like, that's just how he lives. He lives.
Definitely sounds like a drug dealer.
So I'm basically a fucking plan ahead of everything.
I don't plan ahead of everything. I plan ahead of some things, like important things. I'll plan ahead. If it's not important, I won't plan. For example, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like for example, on Boxing Day, it used to be where I'd go to my nan's every Boxing Day, because I have 2 days, Christmas Day and Boxing Day with the extended family. I'd go there with my nan's, but there was a family feud, and she doesn't like my mum, so my mum can't come to her house on Boxing Day, so I don't get to see my mum throughout the whole of Boxing Day. So I would like to be able to do that, and her cousin has offered us to go there for Boxing Day, and it got to a period of time where I was sitting there, like, first of all I wasn't comfortable, but then I figured out, you know, these people are a lot like me, so, like, the adults weren't, the adults were the only people there that were biologically, you know, my cousins. The other ones weren't. That was like their daughters and sons and that. They had no blood between us, but their family's a lot like ours, so, you know, you get comfortable and you're like, screw it, why not? And my nan, it was my dad's side of the family, so they're very strict people, they plan ahead. Yeah, that's just how it is. And you got my mum's side, they're laid back people. Like, literally, it got to the point at the age of 10 you're allowed to drink and smoke cigarettes, because at that point they thought, you know, you can plan your life, you have every right to plan your life, you can do what you want. Like, they started speaking about if we smoked, and I was like, nope. No, I live in a household of smokers, I don't want to smoke, end of story. Maybe in the future weed, because my older brother smokes it, but I'm not going to be addicted to it, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't understand how people can be addicted to cigarettes. They smell horrible. Sometimes it's hard to breathe from the smoke.
It's the nicotine in it.
I understand the nicotine, but I am 100% distracted from cigarettes or any type of smoke. Burning paper, I hate it. Bonfires, I like the look of it, it's amazing, but if you're really close it burns. I had a bonfire, it just fucking burnt me, Jesus. Like, literally, I had a load of clothes on and it was literally scorching my skin, the hairs on my skin, like, fucking hell. But, yeah. Now I've lost where I'm talking about. Yeah, firefighters, they have to go to nearly boiling temperatures. They have to go into nearly boiling temperatures. Yeah, but it would scorch their skin underneath. Yeah, exactly, it will scorch underneath their skin. You know, that's just how they are. They have to go in nearly boiling temperatures to you know, help with other people's lives. Me, I'm not the type of person to actually, I don't really want to help people, you know what I mean? I don't really want to be a doctor, you know what I'm trying to say? I want to help people, but at a distance.
Oh yeah. I want to help, but not like...
I don't want to, I don't like it because it's uncomfortable in my, how I see it, it's uncomfortable. I don't like helping people up and close.
Like, indirectly helpful.
Yes, but I would much rather help people from a distance than up close, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like being in the army or police.
Like, another thing in the military, there's a saying, you're not doing it for the country, you're doing it for the people to the left and right of you.
What? No.
You're doing it for your brothers and sisters in your squad. You're not doing it for your country, you're doing it for the people to the left and right of you. Because technically...
For Queen, country and family.
Yeah, Queen country. Yeah, but like that's an American saying. I said I don't know if it's a British saying, but it's an American saying, definitely.
It's a British saying, Queen and country. For Queen and country. They don't
no, not Queen and country. Like America, they just say you're doing it for the brothers and sisters to the left and right of you. That's what they say. You're not doing it for your country. I'm sorry. You might originally go there for your country, but then it's not. It's much more than just your country, isn't it? if you had the choice to save somebody that you don't know or save someone in your squad, who are you choosing?
Well, prioritise my fucking squad.
Yeah, exactly. If you can save both, you'll save both. But you'll put your squad before anyone else. You put your mission and squad before anyone else, right? You put the mission, and that civilian might not be your mission or your squad.
They might be a civilian.
Another thing, but they might be. Most of the time, people are like in Afghanistan and Iraq, you're considered hostile until otherwise. What?
Just because like the fighters that you're fighting there dress up like civilians.
Okay, cool. Did you really need to tell me that? Goodbye. 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 I'm in a conversation with people. Goodbye. Where were we?
About people that you fight in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Like you don't know, because you don't know who's enemy. You don't know who's the enemy or not. That's fine. That's cool. We're in the middle of a conversation. We're listening. We're listening to you. We're just in the middle of a conversation. So sorry if we talk over. But everyone's considered enemies unless proven otherwise. So you're right.
Guilty. And
yeah, exactly. Just like another thing in America, it's different. In America, you're innocent until proven guilty. In the UK, you're guilty. Here, you're guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. In America, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Which I understand that because in the UK, you can arrest people for suspicion. In America, you can't.
Well, yeah, you can't really have to, like...
In America, you can't... You have to have reasonable suspicion. In the UK, you need reasonable suspicion. In America, you cannot have... You have to have evidence, fact in front of you. Which I think is good. I think it's good to have... I think it's good to be able to arrest people for reasonable suspicion. Because you might have a correct suspicion. That you might have a hunch. You might have a hunch that somebody's about to shoot somebody. You watch him, you see that they present it, but they don't use it, and then there you go, boom. You know what I mean? Like if you, for example, in the UK and America as well, if somebody's going a bit over the speed limit, some cops follow you, and then they make sure, and they see if you correct yourself. If you correct yourself, then they'll leave you alone. If you don't correct yourself, then they're pulling you over. Exactly. You'll get followed, and then UK, you'll get followed because the police are really strict about, especially on motorway cops as well. They're really strict about you breaking the road laws. Because
speed, you're getting they put their fucking foot down,
because what they
for sirens, then they get behind you, then slap on like hello.
Yeah, that's a tactical stop, full stop.
I mean, they kind of do that in America, but.
Yeah, but it's not as specialised as we are, because we are trained to we're trained to shut things down to full stop.
Our police use surprise as a tactic, like they use fucking stealth.
Exactly.
Like,
for example, that's why we have sirens. We use sirens to our advantage. Unlike America, sometimes they switch them off and roll up to the scene. Not us. We're aggressive. We come out of nowhere surprisingly. And when you hear us, you hear it. It's just like a lion in Rainbow Six Siege with his 417. The second you shoot, you know they're there, and you're scared shitless because how powerful it is. Like honestly, if you're aggressive is better tactic than to go silently, in my opinion, because you hit them unexpectedly.
The only fucking time that I'd say we should shut our sirens off to a scene is a domestic, so we can get up there.
Yes, that's what they do with domestics. They don't have their sirens on. They have with domestics. They have the lights on. They have lights and no sirens. That's what they do.
In fact, no, they don't even blip it at junctions. They use the bullhorn.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I've had. The only reason I'm saying that is because I've had an experience with a domestic involved with it. But like they literally, they came up to our house. They came around the corner with the lights at the end of the road, and then they turned it off. They didn't even. They had the sirens on a while back. Like we didn't even hear them when they got here. They literally had the sirens. They turned the corner with their lights on, and then they turned them off as they got down the road. And the person that I had was extremely unexpected. He's like in his early 20s. This police officer, bro. Like unexpected. I thought majority of them were like late 40s, fucking junkies with no teeth. But
it's the same that happened. Like I didn't hear no sirens. Actually. And next minute, like, do you see the police cars outside? No.
Exactly. Another, like honestly, the police they use surprise, as you said, surprise as a tactic, and it's a really good tactic to use.
We use it heavily.
Exactly.
No matter what we have, we use it.
Yeah, exactly. That's
If you have
why.
stealth-
That's
if you have
why
stealth
coming
to
out of
your
nowhere
advantage-
with aggression is more powerful than just rolling and coming up slowly and then telling them nicely and going nice about the situation.
You
Sometimes the only option is aggression.
Yeah, like you've seen how our armed police respond, right? You've
Yeah.
seen videos.
Yep.
If you like them, you want to be. So they rock up with no fucks given. Like they boot it through traffic. They go on the other side of the
Yeah.
road. They go on paths. They go
Especially
everywhere.
if you,
They jump out the car with their rifles,
especially
and they run in.
especially if I saw a video, right, where there was this guy walking around, he had a gun and he was literally shooting at this house. Two armed police literally drove up, they didn't even exit their vehicle, they pulled out, the passengers pulled out their assault rifles, the drivers pulled out their pistols, and they shot them from their vehicles while still driving. They no shit's given, they are eliminating the threat. Yeah, West Midlands, they got all the good stuff.
Like, yeah, West Midlands, I love fucking West Midlands.
In my opinion, the West Midlands has the best the best armed police. Not the best counter-terrorism police. That's London, but
Yeah, that's the one.
yeah, but like best arms police in general.
I'd say
fucking hell.
West Mids are up there.
Yeah, West
They're
Midlands,
the top.
some of the
Then
best.
London, probably.
Yeah,
don't
London
know.
most definitely, because it's the capital.
Manchester's alright.
Yeah,
No, the reason
Liverpool
why-
shit. Liverpool is shit. Liverpool's always shit.
fucks.
Scouse. I'm sorry,
Liverpool's just
they've got their own language. Scouse. Like, are you okay?
Right, no. I'd say that every area has their own language, especially Yorkshire. Like,
I mean
don't
Essex.
speak-
I mean
you don't
Essex as
speak
well,
English
right?
there,
If
speak
you spoke to me,
Yorkshire.
right, would you? If you spoke to me, would you assume I'm from Essex? Yeah, but I'm just saying that if you spoke to me
Like-
straight off the bat, would you assume I live in Essex?
I did have my suspicions when I was speaking because like
Yeah.
you obviously came across.
Well, 'cause
more
I have-
southern,
Yeah,
like the southern
but
accent. I
but
could
would
tell
you?
towards
But
Surrey
if
or
compared
Essex.
to Leon that you saw earlier,
Leon, who was
if you looked at Leon, definitely you'd go Leon Essex.
No, the one that was the thought he was a rogue.
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah, I thought he was.
Like if you look at
Leon.
Leon Essex, 100%. That's how you would view him, right?
Oh no, I viewed him as like a Londoner, especially when he
Londoner?
spoke Yeah, like from London or something, or that area, the general area of London, which I'm pretty sure Essex is. That isn't nearby. I don't want to offend anyone, but isn't that nearby? I'm shit with geography. It's not nearby, is it? You've gone quiet. It's not nearby.
Yeah, I've gone quiet because I'm also in the base. But yeah, say that again, please.
Isn't Essex like nearby London or something? Isn't that
Essex is about 2 hours away from London, an hour and 30 to 2 hours. I've gone straight from my school on a coach to London before.
Wait a minute, aren't you near like fucking Suffolk?
What the fuck is that?
It's most easterly point, that's where I am now. I've been told that Essex is nearby or something. We're nearby London.
It's near London, but I don't know where the fuck your country. Well, not country. I don't know why I said that, but I don't know where your area is. Whatever county.
Basically, the most easterly point in England. I live there. I'm about 15 minutes walk away from it.
Okay
I
then.
can walk there right now.
Alright then. But like I know I ain't heard of that before, but yeah, we learn things every day.
But yeah, so I never even knew Suffolk existed.
Neither did I.
Before, especially when I lived in Sheffield. I'm like, what's this place? Where is it?
Yeah, I was gonna
Down
say
south?
you sound like you're from Sheffield.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, I sound nothing like proper Sheffielders.
Not 100% like Sheffield, but if you like you did
I grew up
originally
in
when you didn't
London.
talk as much. When you first joined, you didn't talk as much.
Oh no, yeah. Like the less
Sheffield
I speak,
aren't talkative, yeah.
No, we're very talkative when you get to know. Northerners are very.
Yeah, but if you just met them, they're more like I don't want to talk to you, piss off. Mostly.
No, actually. No. You're fine because from my experiences, when you go into a shop up north, you can walk and you can have a conversation with a guy and you're like, alright mate, so how's everything doing? Like,
You see,
not even
where I
alright,
live,
just-
where
You
I
can't
live, it's like, how do I say this? Do you know how you have East London?
Yeah.
It's easy to explain with East London. Everyone knows everyone, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is where I live as well. Like, you're not gonna 100% know who they are, but you'll have an idea of that person, and then you'll be like, "Are you this guy?" And then they're like, "Yeah." You know, you always have an idea of who that person is. But in East London it's different. Like you know everyone.
Oh no, I can't really give that much of an opinion of where I am now. So I've only
Yeah.
been here since December, like late December or something. Fucking. So I don't have that big of an opinion, but from my experiences, when I walked into a shop round here, I walked in, I'm like, alright mate, and he's like, he just looked at me like a motherfucking, who the fuck is this? But like, I walk into any
Yeah,
shop,
because
like,
because most
shut
people
them
that
off.
would talk to them, they would expect that person to know them. That's why they're probably a bit stunned that you talk to them.
No.
Because most
Yeah, well, I
people
walked in and
don't.
he looked at me like, what the fuck is this?
Like, for example, most people are closed, like closed people. But when you open up, for example, bus drivers, you can talk to a bus driver so easily. It's easy. Literally, all you got to do is sit there. If you got a packed bus, you sit there and you talk to the bus driver about anything. It could be the day. So easy to talk to a bus driver, as well as at a shopkeeper and all.
I
Like
don't
somebody
really
that's
have
at a
experience
shop.
in that. I've not exactly been on a bus around here because I like to walk.
Yeah.
Buses, 'cause I hate the smell of them.
Try
Oh, yes,
when you go
absolutely.
shopping, the person at the counter, you can talk to them easily.
Oh yeah, no.
You're always
I don't
polite to them, they're always polite to you. That's how it is, especially around where I live.
I have noticed. Yes, you can.
Like we
more,
know, like
create-
in my area, we know the name of the manager of the shop. We know the people that work in the shop. We know their names, so we're on in this area that I live in first name basis.
I think it more adds up because, like, you know, like, especially if you've lived there. I noticed as well when I'm on my own and I speak to people, I'm more getting like, what the fuck is that? When I'm on my own, she's got more of a southern accent than me.
Yeah,
I have
it's like it's like this. As people have said in the past, people are scared of new. Have you?
No.
Yeah, like they're scared of the new things. Have you seen cave paintings and stuff like that? People are like, you've seen it. Like anything that we have just found out, we're scared of.
I don't really look at anything. The only things I see
Okay.
is like police things. And I don't
Yeah,
really research
but
it
we're
much.
technically scared of reality, kind of.
I have.
Oh, I got a trophy, sting like a bee. How many people have I stabbed? Kill a breacher, a rocket gunner, and a sniper with CQC stealth kills in stealth. Yeah, I've stabbed so many people. It's unbelievable. I've got so many trophies for stabbing people. Yeah, I don't like stabbing on wildland. I don't like executing on wildlands. I like executing on this. This is amazing. I love executing on this.
Like I straight up roll up behind them stealth.
Yeah, what I did was I practiced with sniping. How I practiced with sniping is I would kidnap people, take them to the salt flats. I'd shoot at long ranges. By doing that, I trained. My longest shot is 900 and something.
Oh no, I don't practice sniping by doing that. I practice sniping by sniping. Like that was my main
Yeah,
goal.
you practice by doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
But
exactly
that's just how
I
I
just-
practice. I practice mainly with like stability and movement while shooting. Yeah.
Well, everyone does things differently. It works out
Yeah.
differently. So.
That's just, it only works with me with sniping, but like if I'm actually like playing, like especially being a rifleman, I prefer being a rifleman. I just find it easier. A rifleman's so much more fun, especially if you've got an ACOG on it. You can literally sit there as if you're a marksman, doing so well. But I don't like sniping as much.
Especially like the games where you have the stealth thing. The best.
I like
roles to
the-
be in there
yeah,
is, like, fucking
aggression.
sniper or, like the ones that go in there with just a
Yeah,
pistol.
like I prefer
love those.
aggression. How I view it as aggression is key. Yep, because it's awesome how you can put down and secure an area with aggression, maximum aggression.
Yeah, I can do both, but I specialise in stealth, I'd say.
For example, most aggravated, if you've seen aggravated robberies, most aggravated robberies are done successful, aren't they? Because how they run in there and they yell at everyone, and they use the aggression by occasionally shooting and stuff like that. You're gonna get yourself more charges, but aggression is more powerful than being nice to somebody.
Right, in certain ways.
If you're nice to them, you'll probably, you're robbing a bank or a shop, if you're nice to that person, you're more prone to get that money, but, and they're more prone not to put, what's those packs called? What's those packs called that shoot, red, ink everywhere?
I don't know.
another thing is like they have it, you know, with like the Oasis drivers, the ones that give money to like large to businesses or schools, right? They walk in with a briefcase.
Gas trucks. Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
chain.
walk in. Yeah, they walk in with the briefcase, handcuff chain. That's in the UK. They don't do that. Like in my area, they don't do that. They have ink, so they have ink with them.
Well, I'm pretty. I don't know about that much, but I'm.
So when they open, yeah. So if it leaves a certain,
way lower crime.
yeah. So if it, I
handcuffed.
mean, lower crime. If crime happens in Essex and you hear about it, it's a stabbing, and there's a lot of stabbings and acid attacks. They just go unheard of in the news. There's a lot of them that you just don't know about because they're not serious. Because as I told you, yeah, exactly. As I told you, I said 2-3 years ago, last Halloween, somebody got stabbed and there was an acid attack, and that person later died in hospital. You never heard about that.
Oh no, you just
exactly.
Like, things that happens in
you only hear about if it's severe or a terrorist attack. Yeah.
It's London or Manchester. Manchester's still a bit.
Or if their families go to the news about it. That's the only time you'll ever hear about it.
Most of the time, the reason why you don't hear shit, especially if it's from like a northern thing, families don't go to it because it's most likely associated with a gang or a crime, so they don't want to speak about it. They don't want to associate it.
So what do you want to do in the future? Do you want to be an armed police or a military? And be in the military?
Well, I'm very backwards from that thing. Originally,
so you're like, you just can't, you want to do either one or both of them, but you can't make your mind up.
I'm going to do both. I'm going to aim to go into the Marines, but like the Marines is really fucking hard, so I'm going to go infantry, Marines.
Do you know what I'd say though? It's better to have, I think it's better to have prior experience when we're going into the Navy. Well, not why do I say Navy, the military. It's good to have prior experience before going into the military, but then again, it's also good to have prior experience to going into the UK, because for all you know, you might want to be a firearms officer now, but the second you go into the military and you serve, you might not want to hold a gun again. Therefore your dreams of wanting to be a firearms officer is out the window.
Oh no, I'm going to stand by that. I'm not going to allow myself to not want to pick up a firearm.
Again, you always want to do it. So you're gonna own one then, or no? Yeah, because another thing that people don't know about in the UK, if you're a firearms officer, you have, if you leave with your firearm, that's potentially a crime. If you leave with your firearm that you use on duty, that's potentially a crime, and you can get done for it.
You can legally own a gun in here, but mainly
no, I'm talking about a pistol. Like if you forget your pistols on you and you take your pistol home, that's potentially a crime, even if you forgot about it or you didn't forget about it.
The thing is, we can't have pistols, but we can have a fucking shotgun.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, because how dangerous they are compared to a shotgun and a rifle. I understand with rifles, but if you think of hunting, what weapons do you use for hunting? Rifles and shotguns. You don't use pistols, and because they want to limit it, right? But they don't want to get rid of hunting in general, because if they get rid of hunting, then how are we going to get food? Everything's going to have to be shipped, and sometimes foods are better sourced in country than they are out of country, and it's also cheaper if you do it in country. So they can't tell you put a full stop to it, can they? They can't do it, because then most people, you know, you're gonna piss off so many meat eaters and carnivores and shit like that, and you get the point, right? So they can't put a full stop to hunting, because if they put a full stop to hunting, they're putting a full stop to country source of meat, which loads of people like.
No, I understand the point of why they're still there, but you can't have it in public. You have to be on like a fucking farm.
Yeah, you cannot, like, for example, you cannot have a concealed, like, another thing that's confusing me, you cannot have a concealed one, but you can have, like, you can have an open carry as long as you're going fishing or any type of hunting. So if you're going fishing or hunting, you're allowed to take a rifle or a shotgun with you in the UK, and pretty much it's got to be open carry, because concealed carry is not accepted.
Yeah,
concealed carry is extremely illegal, and you can get done for that compared to if you said, I was going fishing, I had my loot on me. Yeah. If they don't know it's safer in the sense of nobody knows, but if you're caught with it concealed, it's going to be worse on yourself than it is than if they catch you with the gun open.
I do like America for some reasons, like, for multiple reasons, that you can have a gun, just in case something bad happens.
I understand that, but the amount of mayhem, especially in the UK, the amount of mayhem that you're gonna cause if people are stabbing, that we can't do it now. We can't fucking do it now because it's just gonna be mayhem.
Yeah, I understand why we don't do it, because we're fine basically with our guns.
Yeah, we're past being able to do that anymore. Even if our Prime Minister wanted to make them legal, well, certain more weapons legal to the public, they can't do it. Like in America, you can get your gun permits online, and weapon stores, like for example, to get your gun in the UK, you have to go to the police. Any weapon, it doesn't matter, you have to go to the police, and they will literally watch you for a couple of months before you can actually get a firearm. And if you get a firearm, you cannot get firearms online. You have to get them in person, and they're at private government stores, shops that you can get them from.
If you get a firearm, you get like fucking weekly or something like that, or fortnight fucking checks, like, coming to your house checking your fucking weapon.
Yeah, exactly, literally. And if you avoid the checks, and if you avoid the checks, then you're gonna get a visit from firearms officers. Like, are you trying to? That's how strict how people are in the UK.
And more than just a visit, more of a self-invite.
Yeah, like you have to because you can't.
Because they bring their own key.
Exactly. It's like a bailiff, right? If you haven't paid what you're supposed to pay to the council, they're coming round.
Take it away.
Exactly. If you can't fucking pay, say goodbye to your TV.
Also, on the topic of TV and not paying, I don't think the TV license should exist.
Yeah, fuck the TV license.
We shouldn't be
like
forced to pay.
It feels.
The BBC is allowing propaganda that white people shouldn't exist.
Yeah, that's why. Have you seen a lot of cop films then, right?
I don't
or no? You don't watch. It's not YouTube. It's not you. I'm not saying you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Police Interceptors is good. I'm talking like, have you seen like, how do I say, on Netflix and Now TV, policing, like American policing and UK policing? You don't. Okay, so you're not gonna understand what I'm gonna say.
I don't watch films.
I'm a big film guy, you know. I've literally got 2 massive cabinets full of DVDs. But Netflix and Now TV is better. I've seen them all. But yeah, I've literally emptied out almost emptied out Netflix of what I want to watch, and then Now TV is pretty much emptied out.
I don't even have Netflix. I mean, we have fucking Prime TV. No.
Yeah. But I understand where you're coming from with the TV license. It's as if they're stopping us from watching what is free to access. You know what I mean? Like, have you seen Live Leak? Yep. You can legally Live Leak is like terrorist executions and stuff like that. ISIS executions. They are open to the public because the government feels that we have the right to know. Which I understand. Like, I feel like we do have a right to know what happens abroad and how they do it, okay? Instead of just saying it, because some people need the evidence, and there's your evidence. Exactly. Otherwise, people are just going to think it's propaganda. So the government feel like it's right to allow the public to watch ISIS executions, right? But not to just sit there and have our entire library full of it. You know what I mean? I understand that.
Just to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I would prefer like Kenzie. He has got. Yeah, there's a Discord server with it all in. I'm not gonna link it. You're gonna have to find it yourself. But there's a Discord server, and it's got memes. It's got gore in it, loads of stuff. And the gore has ISIS executions, people digging inside people's heads. There was one that I saw. There was this dead guy. And these people from like Iraq or Afghanistan, somewhere in that area, Iraq, wherever, you know what I mean? Yeah, Middle East. With the Middle East, they literally had this guy, took out his brain and they were digging around in his face and his head. Like, yeah, that's deep. And then another thing, which I'm pretty sure wasn't on Live League. The one that I just said now was on Live League. Another one was which was a fucking 14-year-old committing suicide. Who wants to see that?
Oh, have you seen that video on the subject of committing suicide? I believe it was something about Facebook. I believe it was on Facebook. The guy live streamed himself killing himself.
Yeah, on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, okay. Another thing, I found out why it's parties are like this now, getting videoed. Apparently, a kid in America killed himself on mic.
The fuck?
And because he killed himself on mic, he's I'm sorry, right, but this is my view. Because he killed himself on mic, he's ruined so many people's experience for PlayStation. It's unbelievable. My experience is definitely ruined. Like, I mean, when people say when people say, right, if you kill yourself, you're gonna affect people. You fucking are. You just affected me from having a good time on PlayStation because you killed yourself. If you're gonna kill yourself, in my view, you're selfish. If you're gonna kill yourself, you're a selfish person. That's how I view it. It doesn't matter if somebody drove you to do that. You're selfish. Yep. Do you see where I'm coming from, though? If somebody's going to go out and kill themselves, you're a selfish person because the amount of people you're going to affect.
Maybe not in front of you.
Yeah, look, that is my view, right? I don't like, it might affect people, but this is my view. I'm not going to say it to someone's face, but if you ask for my view, I will say my view. You understand that, right? I'm not going to go around and say it to people's faces. We're not going to condone that, like, you know, as you did say earlier. What's it called? What was that word that you used?
I use a lot of technical words.
Something about viewer discretion.
Yeah,
but one word.
No, disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. As he did say, disclaimer. Disclaimer just mean. Yeah, you go ahead. You say what it means.
Yeah. Disclaimer: we don't condone suicide. Don't do it. It's a bad way out. But I'm not even gonna say that.
Yeah, don't say that because that's encouraging it at that point. But yeah, we don't condone it. But you're gonna affect loads of people's lives, like you've affected by that person killing themselves. You're gonna affect people. You're gonna affect people, your family, and other people too.
Like fucking eyes in front of people or publicly, or making it look like a suicide. Make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
But not crash into a tree or something.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's. But if you're gonna do it, try not. Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna do it, like, don't make it look that bad. Like, you don't need to go. If you're just, yeah, exactly. You don't need to do it so special. Like, you don't have to jump off it. Like, if you exactly. Don't you don't need to jump off a cliff.
Don't do it though.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is how we're saying. We're not condoning it, but if it happens, don't be creative with your death. Just
and when I say if it comes to the point, try your best to speak to everyone if you are going for anything.
Yeah.
Like that. Speak to everyone.
Because we do know that there is a suicide hotline out there. Like, if you're under the age of 18, there's a thing called Childline that you can call as well.
Like, if you feel like nobody will help, they'll do everything in their power. I don't know about everyone else, but I know people like us.
Because they're experienced, and they have their resources to use for you. They are set up for you. They don't get paid by the government. Those are charities. Volunteers and charities. They are paid because the people pay them. It's like a charity. It's like a charity though. Some are volunteers and they don't get paid for it. Some have their own charity set up where you can donate money to them. I know hospitals do. Hospitals, you donate money to them. That's how they get their money. Yeah, exactly. You donate to hospitals. That's how they keep paying. And if we didn't have it, then the government would step in. Like there was a bank incident, I can't remember, with some major banks, and it was either the loads of banks where loads of banks shut down in the UK. It was either the government stepped in or they didn't step in. The government chose to step in and give some of their money to the people, because we was gonna, or otherwise there'll be a huge bankruptcy. So the government gave their money to the people.
The economy had crashed. That's
yeah. So the government had that, or they would have to leave us to fend for ourselves, and that could reach out to absolute shit. Exactly. So they stepped in and gave their money to the people. The government isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is, or make it out to be.
So the point that we're getting at, if you're going for anything, just speak to anyone, no matter who they are, they will help. Well, hopefully. If they fucking don't, they're a monster.
Yeah.
They should be put down.
As I said, right, if you kill yourself, you're kind of being a selfish person. You are kind of being selfish, because the amount of lives you're going to affect by killing yourself. You're going to affect your friends, your family. You're also going to affect people like us. As we said, the incident where this child killed themselves on mic. And because they killed themselves on mic, they ruined so many people's PlayStation experience.
And also, don't think because what you're going through it then it's never going to get better. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a tunnel. And life is like a tunnel. There's always light at the end of it. People will die their own way. They might die from fucking old age, fucking organ failure or something. I don't know.
Don't run me over, car. If this robot runs me over, I'm gonna be so pissed. It's a behemoth.
There are people that do it, you know, end their life just to get out of it. But what they're doing there is missing out on what will come. There's always good to the bad. I think that was more. Now, if anything, there's always. I don't know how to put it as clear as. Yeah, there's always either way it gets better. Like clear. But yeah.
When you're gonna heal some, oh, there we go. Wait. Yeah, when you go to heal someone, what button do you press? This is so sad. Please, please, I want to heal my friends. Never mind. This is not how I thought it was going to be, and I got killed by a wolf. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video of the commentation. If you enjoyed it, please ask for more. Yeah, that was about 2 hours. That was a conversation for 2 hours. If you want to hear more, and it won't just be about this, because we've already spoken about this. We've spoken mainly about the security side of England. That's what we went for this conversation today. But if you want to get involved, then you can just ask, and then we will consider as a group whether we should let some people get involved. Because there's one person that I know that they watch my streams called Reaper. Yeah, as we are aware that he doesn't know because he's new, but he said that he had an accident where his voice box tore, ripped, whatever, something happened. But yeah, as we said, he was interested in joining, but he said that he would prefer to watch. But if you want to join like the server that we are getting up running, then just tell us, message us in the comments, and when we have it finally up and running, we'll have it. And if you want to join our editing team, you can ask as well. But that was it. You'll see more of us. Actually, if you want to say anything, go. Yep. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing more of him as well in future streams. So yeah, that was all. Like and goodbye.